There's that space.
All right. Baptiste couldn't get it out of his feet.
The longer that the Crew keep possession, the easier it is to build out the structure of their play going forward and break down that block.
Here's Emmanuel Ekpo again, trying to get down that right past Goodrich. Decent cross. Yep. Picked up here by Graffiti. Mendoza. Good ball. At the top of the box. Over to the right to Ekpo. It's a good cross too, but well defended.
And you see on this last one, this is the first time that Ekpo is playing one-on-one isolated, and they've dropped off. Before it was 1 against 2, 1 against 3. So good rotation of the ball from the left side, relaying through the midfield to open up and spring Emmanuel Ekpo.
Otten takes the throw in here near side. Gets it back. Nice move by Gary, but well defended there by Yu Hoshide. Here's Baptiste. Hoshide. Over to the left, yep.
Very smart. You can see that he's conserving the ball.
Tinto's tripped up, dispossessed. Referee waves play on. Crew trying to build here. Here's Ekpo on the right. He and Goodrich have had quite a battle here in the first 24 minutes. Goodrich, though, winning that one. Coming away with it. Looking left.
And you can see that Joe Public is pretty secure and cautious and conservative in how many players they want to commit to the attack going forward. In the open field, it's really been 2 that have been trying to break out. And this one, benefit of the doubt, goes to Columbus.
Ooh, shot from distance, and that tests Grunebaum. The ball was swerving away. But really, from 35 yards out, that should be easy pickings
he hit
for
it
the
well.
Crew keeper. Yeah,
he hit it well, but they always have 7, 8 players behind the ball, particularly with this start out of the gates. What we saw from Ekpo, I think that Derek King had made that adjustment. He wants to make sure they're not on the wrong side of Ekpo or Mendoza.
Francis back to Grunebaum. Eric Bruner on the ball. Duncan Otten. Mendoza. Andres Mendoza. But again, Goodrich doing a good job coming back to defend.
Well, you see that line in the midfield. They had defenders getting in that are running off the ball and interchanging. Mendoza trying to cut. This is the strike earlier. You see from Marcus Joseph, not a bad strike. It gives you an appreciation when you see Mendoza cutting across the right. Just what Leo Messi can do when he does time and time again that. But I like the fact that Columbus is playing with 3 players. Normally it's Gavin, who you saw before, Robbie Rogers, Varas Esquilota, that are always pushing in the attack to take players on one-on-one and break them down.
Burns, a little too much on that ball. And coming back with the poor touch there is Makan Hislop. 27th minute, Columbus, Joe Public still scoreless. Cross coming in. Nobody at the far post, though, for the Crew.
Just overhit a little bit. It is an important match for Columbus. I mean, when you think about it, coming off this difficult match against LA, they thought it was quite physical. LA, I think, had 15 fouls to their 6. And some of the players and coaches were complaining about that. Not to take anything away from LA, well-deserved with the way that they played. That was important for them to get back on track. But for Columbus here, you know, they have an opportunity for 3 trophies this year.
Cross coming in. And there's Marvin Phillip out to corral it.
He's going to skip away. And that would be, you know, they're already in the final against Seattle on October 5th. We'll be covering that for the U.S. Open. And then, of course, CONCACAF, MLS Cup, and Supporters Shield.
A lot of competitions. Moffitt trying to find Graffiti on the left. Too much on that. Long ball here. Taken away by Duncan Otten.
Now, one thing I think that Joe Public is doing incorrect, and when they're countering in the air, and that's easy for Columbus. It's easy when you look at the tall players that are great, like Marshall, Bruner. No problem. You play on the ground, it becomes more difficult, particularly when they're running back. So you got to play to your advantage, play to your speed, and try to open up in between those two lines. Maybe we'll see that adjustment in the second half.
Crew again finding Ekpo on the right. Otten sending the ball in the box, looking for Mendoza. Joe Public will clear it out of the box. As Lewis gets tangled up, draws the foul.
It seems like they find success as well. You know, we've seen that explosive speed and burst from Lewis. So rather than trying to pass out or play in the air, just to break that first line of pressure through a nice quick movement low to the ground.
There's Kevin Burns. Plays it back to his keeper, Andy Grunebaum. Mendoza going up for the header, and he's actually called for the foul. And now words exchanged here.
Look at the time, and he actually arrives early. I think that he gets a bum call here. Looked like it was the other way for sure. And look at the size of Mendoza. I mean, he's very physical. And he's played in Europe. And I met him the other day in Washington, D.C. on the streets with Guichet. And I mean, he's very well built, but you see how agile he is on the ball too. His mobility, his technique, his ability to cut. And so I think he's a great acquisition for Brian Bliss and Robert Vargia.
And a foul called against Leandro Grafite. He does not agree with it.
He knows that he wants to get the first goal. You know, it's all about opening up a game. That changes everything for you. If you can catch the first goal and they put themselves in good positions. We've seen some positive building of the structure of their play tonight for Columbus. Better, in my opinion, than what we saw against Municipal. That game was lackluster and the tempo was so slow.
Goodrich. Headed out there by Brunner. Here's Burns with space in midfield. Swings it to the right. That man Ekpo again. Decent turn by Gary. Can't get past
Hislop.
Hislop, right?
Fantastic defending from Hislop.
Yep.
Yeah,
stood his ground.
The ball, yeah. That's why you really need to zip the ball into that posting forward much harder to his feet.
Ekpo again on the right. Once again working on Keon Goodrich. Decent move by Ekpo, but broken up by Carlisle Mitchell, and that's a good, very dangerous tackle right there. And this is going to be a free kick from a very dangerous situation. Yellow card issued, and rightfully so against Carlisle Mitchell.
All right, look at the location. It's fantastic for Columbus right here. This time Ekpo bypasses the quick combination. He opens up the hips. Once he drags the ball, he's gone. And here's the final. He's thinking about cutting the ball back to Mendoza, who loops around. You see him just coming behind. He's trying to make that exchange.
That was a bad tackle. So here we are in minute 32. And Columbus with a good chance here to get on the board.
Yellow card caution issued to Joe Public's number 19, Carlisle Mitchell, in the 31st minute.
Wall lined up here. Shot coming in from about 25 yards. It's going to be Ekpo. But there is Marvin Phillip in perfect position. Columbus, again, yellow tops, black shorts, and Joe Public in the all red. Still scoreless here in the 32nd minute. John Hertz along with Christopher Sullivan right here on FSC. Again, we're in Group B, the CONCACAF Champions League. Columbus coming in with 3 points, trailing Santos Laguna at the top. Santos with 6. Joe Public just that 1 point from their first 2 games.
Now you just got a good look at Robert Faugier, and you wonder what goes through his head, but he's done such a good job after taking over from Ziggy Schmidt, orchestrating and building a deep rotation. I mean, he's in 3 different tournaments right now in the league. U.S. Open Cup, he's gotten to the final, and then also one of the top teams from the United States playing in CONCACAF